this is one of the more popular things on Washington Island.
Obviously.
Even I have heard about it. Even I don't know much about Washington Island until I've come here. This is a Viking church, and I'm going to show you a picture of the sign here in a minute, and I won't begin to try to pronounce it, but it's a lot smaller than you think when you're looking at it in pictures. I'll try to give it some perspective, but it's just like a little church, but looks like it's authentic. Looks pretty neat. Restless Viking did a great video on Washington Island because I think he's Icelandic descent, and probably give you. I'll link it below, but let's go take a closer look at it. Alright guys, so we are on Washington Island officially. Took the ferry over and we decided to stay in a campground here. Mr. Z feels a little more comfortable about it. Tell you the truth, I don't mind either, and the price is pretty reasonable. So we just unloaded our bikes and we're going to go back and do some exploring. Let me turn the phone around. I want to show you guys something. So here's a map of Wisconsin, and this is Washington Island. We were studying it, and it says on this map that there is a lighthouse at the very tip of, the north tip. So we're gonna we're kind of like in here somewhere, and we're gonna go see if we can find it. So stay tuned. Well guys, we rode all the way to a dead end, and according to the maps, the lighthouse is like just right there, but it's private property. But then there's a sign here that says public access. We're going to walk down this trail and see if we can get to the lighthouse.
What does that sign say? Park.
You'd think a lighthouse would be a draw for everybody, and therefore they would make it public access, Well, this is it. Steep bluff. It's pretty, but we can't get to the lighthouse. How frustrating. Okay guys and gals, so for those that like the occasional video I make where I walk around a cemetery and I look at the different tombstones, we try to figure out who settled the place, obviously who lived and who died in the area. You're gonna love this one because we're on Washington Island right now. If you're seeing this video and you're not keeping along with the series I'm making of Door County and up into Washington Island, then we're on Washington Island right now. And Washington Island is known for having a lot of Icelandic heritage, believe it or not. I think it's like one of the biggest Icelandic groups of people outside of Iceland, or at least in North America. Just a little bit of looking around this cemetery here, I can already tell that what we're going to see. We're going to see a lot of suns and SONs and SENs, and but however, if we turn the phone around, let's look around and let's see what we can discover. We saw a bunch of these in the cemetery. Alright guys, so this morning we got up and we just decided we're going to just drive around kind of randomly, which is what I like to do the most. Not really have a plan, don't look at the map much. And we ended up in something called Jackson Harbor, I think that's what this is called, if we followed the signs correctly. And it is peaceful out here. I can already tell that if I brought a boat or I brought the shanty boat over here, this would be the cove I'd want to hang out in. Let me turn the phone around and I will show you guys. So here's a really old school fishing tug, commercial fishing. Kind of like what you saw at the museum, if you've watched that video already. But it's in rough shape. There's another one over here. Let's take a look at that. But just look how beautiful, it's so calm. Just sneaking back in there and dropping anchor. Jackson Harbor, I think is what it's called. Here's a beautiful fishing catamaran, beautiful boat. Big money. And then someone's got a Hughes craft over here. Looks like an Ocean Pro, one of the newer ones. Beautiful. Big money. A couple of 150s on the back. Another one of these fishing tugs. That's what I call them, commercial fishing rigs. You see these on Lake Superior also. Usually the native tribes use them. I don't think this one's being used, but who knows? It's got some nets out. Yeah, let's walk around over here. I don't know exactly where we are. I will show a map of Washington Island to orientate you when I put this video together. I think we're on the east side. I want to say the southeast side of the island. But when you go riding around and just turning at random, sometimes you don't know where you are. There's a saying, it says, when you don't know where you are, you're there. Oh, this beautiful, beautiful clear water. See all the way to the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, so clean. People that settled this island were very blessed. Another one of those fishing tugs. We'll walk over there. Yeah, Jackson Harbor. Welcome to Jackson Harbor. Due to the limited space, we encourage rafting. If not, please anchor out. No problem. I like anchoring out. Let's go look at this tug display over here. The beagle pulling, as usual. Always wanting what's 10 feet in front of her nose. She's a slave. Okay, Plum Island. Wooden commercial fishing trawler. Is that the right word? Oh, this is so, I love this stuff. Look at that little half door. Wish I could make doors. Gonna have to. No one's gonna do it for me, apparently. U.S. Coast Guard. Here's another one of these big, massive diesel motors, ancient ones. It's that name, Klinberg. Look at that. Stop, slow, half full, start. This way. Historic Fisherman's Cottage, Jackson Harbor Maritime Museum. Open. Let's check it out.